Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What a guan, what a guan. What? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Let me get my little makeshift plug. Hold on. Devoted to Mo, my good friend. Me and Mo are like that, yeah? And he says, bruh, Jamiroquai, travelling without moving, yeah? I can't complain. You know what? I'm going to know a couple of tunes off this record, so it's not going to be an entire first time listen, but there's going to be a lot of material on here I haven't heard. So from first glance, the playlist has 14 songs. Let's have a deep. These are all remastered, which is good. A rough mix there at the end. Yeah, I guess it all works out. I guess we're listening to each and every track by Seams of Things. Yeah, it's all different material. So, to give you a glance into what I do know, Virtual Insanity, it's a classic. Cosmic Girl, it's a classic. I've heard a couple of songs, but I might not be familiar with them because I can't tell you how to go. High Times and maybe Alright. It's Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe it's Canned Heat I'm thinking of. Either way, Virtual Insanity. We're not watching the music videos. I know they're an essential part of the band, but there'll be way too much to comment on if I watch the videos. It's about the music on this channel. Let's jump in. It's devoted to Mo via the Patreon. One love, brother. I don't know if I've heard the remasters, to be fair. Gorgeous piano. Gorgeous piano. What a great band. And actually, before we kick in, let me tell you, I've actually seen the band perform before without Jamiroquai, without JK. I have seen the band perform as a three-piece. Bass guitar, 6-string guitar, and the drummer going through a few instrumentals of their own material. And let me tell you this, it was arguably one of the tightest performances I have ever seen. The drummer is incredible, phenomenal. Or at least he was at the time. Whether he still exists in the band, who knows? Well, we're living in. Come on.
Let me tell ya. And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells we'll be doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world. Only to be.
The vocal line is fantastic. Let's be real though. It's all in that piano. That piano is the key to this, right?
I can see, I can breathe.
That chord progression. Never picked up on them claps. For the rest, see. Oh, it's a crazy world we're living in. Futures made of virtual insanity. Come on. Oh, now there is no sound. That bass line. Little pop on that. Can't choose the color of her child. That's not nature's way. But that's what makes it yesterday. Futures made of virtual insanity. Futures made. I don't know the lyrics. I'm just going to put some respect on that hi-hat work there. Listen to that drum fill.
It's
I love that.
Nothing so bad as a happy man. Oh yeah, I know, yeah. Take it to the break. I know it can go on.
Little modulation. Bold statement here. I don't like key changes in songs generally. I don't like modulations. There's that song Love on Top by Beyonce. I think that's good. The outro to that song where the chorus keeps going higher and higher and higher, but that's about it.
It's got to change, yeah. Things will never be the same in a kingdom where we're living in. Oh, virtual insanity. Oh, this world has got to change. 'Cause I just can't keep going on in this virtual insanity that we're living in. Now virtual insanity is what it is. Yeah.
Have we got credits? Composer Jason K and the lyricist, that'll be JK, the frontman, Tim Young. And let me tell you, this guy always flexes like his supercars, his sports cars and all this and that. That's because he's got a lot of money. And he's got a lot of money because he is the lyricist. And the songwriter makes the money. I'm telling you that. If you start a band, don't care what position you are, if you're not writing lyrics, you're going to get screwed in due time, especially if you get picked up by a label and they start taking half of the royalties from elsewhere, from the masters. You will get screwed over if you're not the songwriter, all right? Tim Young on the engineering, respect. Wallace Butchinen, lyricist, composer Simon Katz, composer, lyricist Stuart Zender, composer, lyricist Toby Smith, composer, lyricist Derek McKenzie. Best of British, come on now. Best of British, come on. Would you like to know what? I don't know the reference. Yeah, a lot of references from wherever. I don't care. I don't care.
Virtual insanity now always seem to be gathered by this love we have for useless twisting of a new technology.
Oh, now there is no sound. We all live on the ground. It's a great number. What more can I say? What can I say? It's a great number. It doesn't get old. It's a classic. Arguably, it's a classic. There's another good tune these lot put out called Little L, but I don't think it's on this record. I don't know about these full Jamiroquai records. I don't think I've ever sat through a full Jamiroquai record, so this is going to be really good. We've got Cosmic Girl coming up next. Another classic. Let's keep going. Yo, there's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. Listening to Jamiroquai. For people who are just joining me now, this isn't going to be a first time listen. The album is going to be a full time listen, but I've heard Cosmic Girl before. It's a tune. It's a banger. Let's go. I must have died and gone to heaven. All around my heavenly body. Come on. What a band. Let's go.
I must have died and gone to heaven, 'cause it was 11:15.
That bass line.
Saturday in 1999. Right across from where I'm standing, on that dance floor she was landing. It was clear that she was
Another time.
like some baby Barbarella, with the stars as her umbrella. She asked me if I'd like to magnetize. Do I have to go start trekking? 'Cause it's you.
These dudes were writing music for the future, man. I don't think we're actually in a timeline where this band's sound correlates with what's going on. This band is like from the future, I'm telling you.
I should be checking. So she
Such a modern sound, man.
cosmic eyes. Oh, now.
She's just a cosmic girl from another galaxy. My heart's in zero gravity. She's from a cosmic world. Whoa, wow, wow, wow. Transmitting on my frequency. She's cosmic. Come on.
I'm scanning on my radars. Well, she said she's from a quasar, 40,000 million light years away. It's a distant solar system. Try to phone, but they don't list them. So I asked her for a number all the same. She said,
Take me to transporter so I can teleport you all around my heavenly body. I love that line so much. Oh, that couple of lines. It's so fucking good.
solar system. Try to phone, but they don't list them. So I asked her for a number all the same. She said, step in my transporter so I can teleport you all around my heavenly body. Oh, this could be a close encounter. I should take him not to flounder. Sends me in a hyperspace when I see her pretty face.
She's just a cosmic girl. Bruh, someone says this song was released in 96, but they met her on a Saturday in 19... I'm telling you, these dudes are time travelers, man. Bro, after what I just says, isn't that top... Is this for real? Let me read the replies. They knew how timeless the song was going to be, so they said F it. I guess she is a cosmic girl, but still, the song is about a girl who travels through time. Yeah. What does somebody say? S Clubby Doo says, literally unlistenable. Whoa, that's a hater. That's a hater. Maybe I was subconsciously influenced about the idea of this song being like high tech, and obviously they had the Virtual Insanity like sci-fi music video. Maybe I've just been subconsciously influenced by the branding of the band, and I'm just thinking, oh yeah, it's my own opinion that the time travelers. No, of course not. Good branding, eh?
She's from a cosmic world. Living in ecstasy.
Transmitting on my frequency.
She's cosmic. Sends me in a hyperspace when I see her pretty face. Sends me in a hyperspace when I see her pretty face. Sends me in a hyperspace when I see her pretty face. Sends me in a hyperspace when I see her pretty face. Sends me in a hyperspace when I see her pretty face.
I gotta give some respect to the string section. In both of these tracks, Virtual Insanity and Cosmic Girl, the string section's been absolutely fantastic. A little lesser in the prominence in comparison to what we heard in Virtual Insanity. I only clocked onto the fact there was strings, believe it or not, at the end of that song, which is crazy. We got Use the Force coming up next. Now, I don't know this one. So we're going into uncharted territories now, alright? Let's keep going. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Travelling Without Moving, the album by Jamiroquai. At what point did this album come out in their discography? I have no idea. This was called Use the Force. I've not heard this one. This listen through goes out to my good friend Mo via the Patreon. Let's go. Acid jazz. These guys can groove, man. That percussive section is so busy, man, isn't it? In a great way. This is like world music, we would call it over here in England. World music elements. Yeah, I studied music, so that's what we would call it. I never got into it, by the way. Which is kind of crazy. It's like, what is world music? You could argue, I don't think racist is quite the word, but it's sort of like, is England and the Western world the only space where we have music? Like, world music is just like, what? So everywhere in the world aside from here. How do you dial that down as a sound? It's like impossible, man. I think they use the Force thing's a bit corny, but I think Star Wars is corny, so. Although it might not be adjacent to that, you know. Woo. Bro, these dudes had so many different instrumentalists in the studio. The strings and the brass and the percussive elements. Even the backing vocals they've got on some of the tunes, like the female backing vocals. Come on. That was Use the Force. I mean, clearly it was not as good as Virtual Insanity or Cosmic Girl, but it was a whole new sound in comparison to the two pop songs we had heard. We got Everyday coming up next. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. Everyday's title number 4 of the record Travelling Without Moving by Jamiroquai. Let's jump straight in. First time listen, I believe. That light palm muted guitar there. Ever so subtle. Come on. Bruh, this is a good number, this one. That was a great tune. That was fantastic. You know what? You need to be in the right space to appreciate that one, I think. And I most definitely was. I thought that was great. Great groove, great dynamic. That was a fantastic tune. That was really good tune. That was a really good tune. I'm very happy with that. People gassing up the bass line in the comment section, no doubt. Bassist was nice on that, but I would argue the rhythm section as a whole was. The drummer was just fantastic. The usage of open and closed hi-hats, the chokes on the hi-hat, fantastic. We got All Right coming up next. All right, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY at KOTP TV signing in, listening to Jamiroquai's album Travelling Without Moving. It's devoted to my good friend Mo, recommended this on Patreon. This one's entitled All Right, and it's track number 5. Let's go. Decent amount of material on this record. Someone says a Daft Punk and Jamiroquai combo would have been fantastic. The music sounds better with you. The drummer is focused and concentrated on that hi-hat, man. Throughout the entire record. I need your love. I need your love. Get back. Come on. Here we go. Brett, even when it comes to the big chorus, he's not leaving that closed hi-hat. Well, I mean, he might open it slightly, but not much at all. Come on. Ooh. Let's keep going, come on. Fantastic. How good was that? These dudes can just get your toe tapping, can get your shin shaking, can get your toes wobbling to the beat, man, to the pulse, to the groove. Yeah, yeah, alright, they can get a crowd singing, I have no doubt to that. What a banger that was. That was really good. Nice introduction. Then when we kicked in. We got High Times coming up next, alright? Let's go. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget the rest now, people. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. I'm busting a little bit of a lean at the moment, just so the sun doesn't get in my eye as the sun sets, okay? High Times is track number 6 of 14 on Travelling Without Moving. We're listening to Jamiroquai tonight. Let's go.
You don't need a name and bright lights. You're a rock star. In some tin foil with a glass pipe.
Come on now.
Is your guitar? Now yes it is. Little Angela suffers delusions.
Some jazzy movement there.
She's been cleaning up since 14 on the main line. In her hunky, funky junkie of a boyfriend. Got her on late nights with a skirt tight. Whoa, she's a wild thing. Oh, let that all swing. God bless our high times. Don't you know that last night turned to daylight? In that midnight, there came a day. Last night, on my job bottles, when it seems so far away. Oh, and I'm searching my reflection for a glimpse of another me. I got to get away from
On these high times.
this high time.
I've heard bits of this one, I think.
Now high times go on and on and on. High times go rock from my head.
This comes across as more of a jam than it does like a strictly written composition, you know? The vocal line, I think, in particular.
It's twisted, crystal kingdom, where you live your 9 lives. Then your head spins, purple cyclones, made of dexedrine. And the phone rings, you think that things, well these are high times, yeah. And in that back street, when you take a hot seat, make sure you check your flight times. Warn them, mama. Last night turned to daylight.
Come on.
In that midnight, there came a day. Last night, on my job bottles, where they seem so far away.
Them horn stabs remind me of that Michael Jackson tune, Working Day and Night.
Oh, searching my reflection
Wow.
for a glimpse of another me. I got to
Get away.
from all these high times, 'cause these high times are killing me. Now on and on and on and on, high times to rock your mind.
This tune is surprisingly complex, you know?
For a glimpse of another me.
Harmonically, and the way it stops and starts, like the actual rhythmic phrasing of it is really good.
Get away from all these high times. Whoa. 'Cause this
Piano plinkering in the way, the background. Turn to daylight.
in a moment, half a world away. Time can be so precious when you throw your life away. Oh, I can't help living it out, letting it all go wrong. I can't keep living in twilight, knowing my life has gone. Kids won't give it up. Kids won't give it up. Time to let your mind be free. Searching for eternity. Kids won't give it up. Kids won't give it up. Time to let your mind be free. Searching for eternity. Kids won't give it up. Whoa. Kids won't give it up. Time to let your mind be free. Searching for eternity. Kids won't give it up. Kids won't give it up. Yeah. Oh, alright.
That was High Times. That wasn't my favourite. It wasn't my favourite because of the dissonance and the jazz-esque elements in this one. The almost clash of chords and just the general soundscape of it. But as far as the music is concerned, bro, if you were like a music theoreticist, that would definitely be one to study. That would be one to study. Let's keep on moving, people. We've got Drifting Along coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now blessed now, people. Have we got light? We haven't got much light. Let's see if I can turn this up 1 second. It's sunset at the moment, and you know what it's like over here. The moment it turns into sunset and the sun starts flopping, I get all shadowed up, people, so I do apologise, but I hope you can hear my beautiful voice. Drifting Along is track number 7 of 14, coming up to the halfway point of Travelling Without Moving, the album by Jamiroquai, recommended by my good friend Mo. Thank you very much, Mo. Mo recommended it on the Patreon, as you should do, So if you want to recommend your own, you know where to catch me, people, you know where to catch me. Yo, I've had this song in my head for a second, not this one, but in between High Times and this song, I put on that tune by B.O.B. I don't know if it was only big in England. I've got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. What a banger. I've got the magic in me, man. I've got the magic in me. Let's go. Drifting Along. Track number 7. Verging on a reggae-esque vibe here. Well, I say virgin, we got the upbeats. He's got a good voice for it. He's got a good voice for it. I've always got an amazing voice for it, and the band's fantastic. Let me say, I have a personal issue with bands that sort of throw too many different influences in track by track by track, because they don't find themselves composed within one particular style, which is a blessing and a curse, really, you know.
Nowhere to go, but I'll still be cruising. I live this life long time. You know I'm drifting along,
I'm drifting along.
can't see where I'm going.
Can't see where I'm going.
I will destination. I'm feeling the pressure all around me crumble. Man, now, but I won't be put down this time. I'm shifting along, though I sing a sweet song. Well, murder in the streets where I did live. I'm closing my eyes.
Yo, this is the news of today. Yeah, this, if you're watching on YouTube, this will have only come out later, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's too political. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. If I had a few drinks, mate, then I would have shot myself in the foot. Get back, Chabby. Come on. Come on. Wondering who I will meet. La 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 la. Come on now. Let's go. Should have dropped the guitar solo in there. Digga digga did. La 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 la. They should have had some female backup vocals on this one. It was an alright tune. He's got a great voice for that. He could very easily have joined a reggae band and been just as successful. But with that being said, in comparison to the Jamiroquai sound, it wasn't that good. I don't want to hear these dudes do reggae at all, whatsoever. Didgerama is coming up next. I might see you in a moment while the sun sets so you get a better vision of my beautiful face, alright? I'll see you soon. Yes, now blessed now people, don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. If you're just joining me now, I might be a bit dark, but the sun will set soon and you will see me in full clarity. It's just because it's sunset and yeah, that's just the way it is in my apartment, to be fair with you. So, Didgerama is the title of this track. We're listening to Jamiroquai's full album, Travelling Without Moving. It's track number 8 of 14. Respect goes out to Mo, who has put this forward via the Patreon. Thank you, Mo. Let's go. My friend Gary he says, you gotta stop judging the songs preemptively by looking at the view count because they can be found on different playlists and they could be spread through different means. I completely understand. And I'm trying to minimise it as much as I can do, but this is the least viewed song on the record, which tends to be... It predisposes me to being... maybe bias initially as to what the quality of the song might be. Because if the people don't like it... But of course I always want to fit in people. Of course, you're not going to have Didgerama without a bit of didgeridoo, are you? So I assume this is just going to be an interlude of such. If that's the case, we'll blend it off into digital vibrations, okay? I'm not too bothered about all of this. A great mix of instruments that I don't actually, I'm not aware of. I don't know of half the instruments I'm hearing, especially the percussive ones. Analog Dream says this album was one of the first CDs I bought with intention. What a great compliment, eh? Shall we move onwards? Digital Vibrations coming up next. I assume there's going to be an advertisement.
Okay, Gemini.
There is an advertisement. You know, I heard that YouTube could stop people from using ad blockers, but the way that they alert you in saying you are using an ad blocker, blah, 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 becomes so problematic in itself that they would rather you use an ad blocker and be bothered by that for you to think, faff it, I'll just buy YouTube Red instead, you know. Digital Vibrations, track number 9. Someone said you should have kept Wallace in the band. Who's Wallace? What part does he play? Ahead of his time, says Tyler Watson. If this got put out in 96, I can agree with some of the things I've heard on this record, yeah. Alright, here we go, fading in. What a vibe. We got the hi-hat placed in a different place on this recording, which is quite abnormal because I was trying to source it out and I couldn't hear the hi-hat. I was like, where's the drummer? The drummer's existing clearly, but I was trying to find him on my left ear as opposed to front right, which I hear this hi-hat in harmony with a shaker. Ba-da, bum bum. One and two and three and four and one and two and three and four and one and two and three and four. Essentially an instrumental, perhaps. Every Day might have been my favourite, believe it or not. As far as the new ones I've heard. Ba-ba. Most definitely. We're fading it out. We're fading out. We're fading out. We're fading out. Ba-da-ba. That was Digital Vibrations. It was a good jam. It was a good groove. Nice, good background music. Overall, it was alright. It was alright. We got Travelling Without Moving coming up next, alright? Let's keep going. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Track number 10 of 14 on Travelling Without Moving. The record by Jamiroquai. supposedly in 96, but we're listening to a 2013 remaster. It's entitled, it's the self-titled. Traveling Without Moving, it's the self-titled tune. Let's go. The real song for driving, says Eddie. Let's go. Good music is an invisible cure. That's a great comment. Come on. Oh, that was a great cut-off. Sometimes such a swift change in dynamic and such a swift breakdown creates like a jarring, uncomfortable feeling, but that was pristine. That was a really good cut-off. That was a really good cut-off. That was a good tune. It was a chill tune. You know what? It's nice how the guitar line plays a great role in it. The chords play a great role. But the guitar is like probably the least important factor of this band, which you never get, right? You never get that. The guitar is ever so present, but always sort of like the bass line is the prominent guitar. The drummer and the bassist relationship is the most important thing. Vocal line is prominent and great, and whatever we have in between, like the keys and so forth, they always outdo the guitar, which is fantastic. We've got You Are My Love coming up next. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. You Are My Love is the title of this track. We're listening to Jamiroquai's Traveling Without Moving record. This is track 11 of 14. Let's go. Okay. Come on. That brass section's like, come on down. Do you know what I mean? Proper game show trumpets. I got high hopes. Naribo says 157 to 231 is personally one of the coolest moments in music history. No other way to describe it. Wow. Great guitar. We've really woken up the guitar tone on this, from being in the background of everything to being a prominent factor of what we're hearing now. That sharp, harsh, overdriven guitar, unison bends. Oh, fantastic. Well, it might not even be unison bends, my apologies. Like double stops and whatnot. Fucking great, man. My love. Little synth there. Good little number that, eh? Good little number that. I like that one. Yeah, good groove to that. Good groove to that. You are my love. Not a bad tune. I like the guitar work. I like that there was a bit more of a guitar in there than what we normally get. Don't get me wrong, I like the Jamiroquai sound, but it was a nice change, you know, and this band has so many twists and turns. That was a good twist for me. Spend a Lifetime coming up. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, listening to Jamiroquai, Travelling Without Moving. This is track numero 12 of 14, Spend a Lifetime. Let's go. Okay. Little Elton John number. Come on now.
So long, and made me so strong. All I wanna do is spend a lifetime with you, baby. Make it happen. All I wanna do is spend a lifetime with you. Oh, girl. All I wanna do is spend a lifetime.
Love that chord change there
baby.
with the strings.
'Cause you make me feel that good.
Here we go.
And nothing else matters
Yeah.
until you're in my arms, girl. And all those broken promises we made to each other, we have so much more to give. I know that we can do this. That's how I want to live. That's how I want to live. Eternally together. All I wanna do is spend a lifetime with you, baby. All I wanna do is
Spend a lifetime with you. Great swell of intensity here.
promise now. Please this time. You know I need your touch, honey. Want your touch, honey. Like the morning sun has just begun.
Like the morning sun has just begun.
Like the
Brilliant.
rain on my window pane.
Like the rain on my window pane. Amazing.
If I could make you stay
Hey, hey, hey.
more than one day. Eternally together, yes we. Oh, honey, girl, I need that touch. Ooh, girl, I want your loving, sweet. You know that we can make it happen. You and for me to be. All I wanna do with you, girl.
Guitar line just riffing on the same idea. I like this one. I love this one. This is great little sensual number. This. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Girl. Brilliant tune, brilliant tune. That was Spend a Lifetime. That was really good. Yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Nice soothing number, very romantic number. Just great tempo to it, you know. Perfect. Perfect tune that. I really like that. Do You Know Where You're Coming From is coming up next. Track number 13. See you there. Yes Now, Bless Now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. This one's entitled Do You Know Where You're Coming From? It's track number 13 of 14 off of the album Travelling Without Moving by Jamiroquai. It's devoted to my good friend Mo, who recommended this on the Patreon. Let's go. What a voice, eh?
Oh, do you know where you're coming from?
Smooth as butter. Come on. Here we go. I assume we're on to bonus tracks. Correct me if I'm right, are we on to B-sides and bonus tracks now? Them chords. Not only the chords, but the tone as to which they're being played. Absolute fantastic. That synth. Fantastic. Oh! Is this a remix of sorts? I'll tell you what, I like this a lot. This is one of my favourites. But on the topic it says M-Beat. It doesn't say Jamiroquai, it's M-Beat. M-Beat. Would you call this drum and bass? What would you call it? Just due to how it changes and just due to the difference of who it was listed under, MB as opposed to Jamiroquai, I reckon that was a B-side, and that was really good. That was a good remix, if that was the case. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was such a vibe, man. That was fantastic. Let's finish this record off. Function, we've got a long one at 8 minutes 28. Potentially another B-side, you tell me. Is there any factoids? Someone says funky, happy and sexy. Jesus Christ almighty. Let's keep going, yeah? Let's finish this record. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out on the Travelling Without Moving record by Jamiroquai. This is the last tune of the record, 14 of 14. Function it's called. Rough mix, potentially a B-side, because, I don't know, I've just got a hint. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, you know? Nobody's commenting that it is, so here we are. All I know that it's a separate mix to what we've been listening to. Still remastered 2013. The whole album's been remastered. Come on. I guess this is why it's the rough mixer.
Now what we gonna do tonight? We should go to a function. Ooh, yeah.
I bet these dudes were tearing it up in the local clubs before they blew up. I bet the people were loving this band, man. If they're just jamming out like this, do you know what I mean? Second time I'll mention this, but the brass melodies and the tone of the brass at points remind me of some of that Michael Jackson stuff, man. From the Off the Wall record. Let's keep going. Another tune reminds me of bam ba-dum ba ba ba. What tune's that? Bam da da ba 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 dee 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 dee. What tune's that? I forgot who did it. Remind me what tune that is. That was might be 70s. I think it was 80s, but 70s disco classic, man. Alejandro says, what a great flow, such a nice beat, makes my whole body hop and swing and rock on a Friday afternoon. What a nice thing to feel. Gotta put some respect to that. Hey, tell you what, this record does get you moving, man. It does get you moving. Not a lie. Not a single lie was spoken.
Now bring it all back. Come on, just now we go into a function. You know you wanna dance, and you just can't help to swing at the function. Come on, you know you wanna dig it, and you just can't help to swing at the function. Function. You know you wanna dig it, but you just can't help to swing at the function. To the music. You know you wanna dig it, yeah, you just can't help to swing it at the function. We go into a function, yeah. We go into a function, yeah.
One of my favourite parts of this number is the synth, who just blends himself in and out when he wants, or her, when they want, you know what I mean? Just such space to breathe in between everything, but when they come in to make it count, you know, subtle but powerful. There we are.
Go into a function, yeah. Man, I love to function, function, yeah. Now let me hear that drop one more time. Just
Come on.
come on back with that. Just woo. Put your hands together. Give me some of that. Function. We go into a function. Yeah. Oh, now, all right. I'll say, yeah. You know, ooh, yeah. You know it's all right. I'm going to that function, and I'm gonna get down, and I'm gonna sweat down. Do it to the music. We go into a function. It's gonna last all night. It's gonna be all right. Won't you get down with me, sexy lady?
What a jam to finish off with. That was a showcase, most definitely, of what they were doing back in them days, man, when they were playing them clubs and that. That's a showcase of what would pop off at a live event at night. Not at a gig, per se, but at, you know what I mean, a backing band in the venue. Downstairs, it's 2 a.m. The drinks are flowing, it's Saturday night. Get these dudes on stage, bro. What a time you would have, right? When they're jamming out, you're swaying. You got the women. Definitely the women are turning up. Let's be real. This is a cool act, man. This is a cool as hell act. I've got one more video. Well, I got 2, to be honest. Next video, I'm going to tell you about my final thoughts on this record, and I'll rate it out of 10 for you. And then we'll have a look at the Wikipedia page, see if there's any history surrounding this record. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget the rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. I just listened to Jamiroquai's album, Travelling Without Moving. I don't know where it came as far as the discography is concerned, but it was recommended on Patreon by my good friend Mo, and given Mo always puts me forward to some great listens, I had to bang it on, alright. 14 tracks. This was remastered, 2013 remaster. I seen a playlist that had like 23, 24 songs on whilst I was listening. That's probably like all the bloody B-sides and demos and whatnot. We did not listen to that. So I hope for the most part I heard the full record. Some classics on here. I was familiar with a few tunes. Those tunes being Virtual Insanity, Cosmic Girl. Both fantastic to this day. You know what I mean? Replay value is through the roof. I think I might have heard All Right in the background one time because I caught onto a couple of melodies. But other than that, yeah, completely original material. It was a nice listen. A lot of material on this record. So 14 tunes. I think the last two could be B-sides, but you correct me if I'm wrong. With there being 14 tracks and the average song length being, call it 4 minutes 20, I would say, 4 minutes 30. Yeah, you got heaps of material. Production, really good. Of course, it was remastered, so it was even more sparkly. The dudes were ahead of their time, in my personal opinion. I don't know how many bands are here now that are so varied and can hit the pop mainstream like Jamiroquai did, whilst being so multifaceted. I don't really keep my ear to the ground like that anymore, so I don't know. If you want to tell me if there's any alternates, please do, because I can't clock onto it. I know you can call it acid jazz and all this and that and the third, but come on, you pop when you hit the mainstream radios, aren't you? You pop at that point, regardless of what subcategorization you are. It is what it is. I seen these dudes play live, not with JK fronting them. He must have had better things to do. He must not have been getting paid enough. But I've seen these dudes play as an instrumental, which is probably just as cool, let's be real. I've seen the actual instrumental section of Jamiroquai perform live before, and let me tell you, they were one of the tightest acts I've ever seen live. I don't know what reincarnation of the lineup they were, if any, but the dudes were cool as hell. The drummer in particular, bald black guy, he was just jamming and jiving, man. Bassist, always nice, guitarist nice, but I was ever so impressed by the drummer when I saw them live. Even though on record, you would argue for most of the part, the bassist steals the show. Bassist is real nice with it, right? Guitars are probably the least important part of this record, the 6-string guitars, up until a couple of songs and a couple of moments. Other than that, whether it be the keys, whether it be the drums, whether it be the vocal line, whether it be the strings or the brass or the bass line, they all outshine the guitar. Not in a detrimental way, but it just goes to show how this band has flip-turned it upside down and really emphasised the rhythmic section and really emphasised the rhythm and the toe tappers and the bass frequencies and all of that good stuff, you know? Absolutely fantastic. The guitars tend to be used just for the chords, you know, just for the canvas, for the bass line to be painted upon and whatnot, and the vocal line melodies to be put on. That being said, there is some stuff that I'm not too fussed about. With there being such great variation, it is fantastic and a brilliant showcase of their capabilities, but it can be a bit overwhelming because you just want to think, give me another Virtual Insanity, you know what I mean? Give me another proper toe tapper. So you don't know what's coming next, which is a bit of a blessing and a curse. Surprising to me, I really like the slow numbers. I like the slow, sensual, romantic numbers. They were really fantastic. If I'm going to rate this record, I'll give it a good rating. I'll give it 7.5 out of 10. Give it 7.5. I'll give it a good rating. If we cut out some of the stuff I didn't like, I could probably boost it to an 8 without any additional material. You know what I mean? I'm actually detracting because there's a lot of material and some of it just didn't impress me as much as the other, so it lowered the standard as opposed to lowered it. The standard and quality of the music was fantastic, but as far as my personal tastes, you know, a couple of skippable tracks potentially. But that can't be helped. That's the way it always is. And so that was my brief overview. The vocal line was brilliant. JK shows that he can flow and have a great tone, even over like reggae music and the likes, which is fantastic, right? Man, what more do you want? I'm signing out on that note. I'll see you next video as to where I'm going to have a look at the Wikipedia page and we'll give that a rating. Well, we won't give that a rating. I'm stumbling and bumbling. We're going to look at the Wikipedia page and see if there's any cool historical factoids about this record. I'll see you there. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out on this one. We just listened to Travelling Without Moving by Jamiroquai, the full album. It was devoted to my good friend Mo, who recommended it on the Patreon. We're now going to move on to the Wikipedia page, see if there's any interesting facts. There's a little bit of information on here, so we might be into something good. I know I'm going to learn a little bit about something, most definitely, because I don't know a lot about this act or this record. So, Travelling Without Moving is the third studio album by the English funk and acid jazz band Jamiroquai, which makes me throw a question out. Who's the better funk band? Jamiroquai or Red Hot Chili Peppers? Let me know. Released on 28th of August in 96 in Japan and then 9th of September 96 in the UK. What an interesting release scheduler. Under Sony Soho Square, frontman JK intended for the album to have a more universal style, revolving around cars, life and love. What a great combination, eh? Critics have generally praised the album for being more focused and refined than the band's previous work, while others panned its lyrics and found the album too derivative. Its visual concept of sports cars received backlash from the press as it contradicted Kay's environmental beliefs. Oh, he got called a hypocrite for it. The album was Jamiroquai's American breakthrough. It marked the band's first entry in the US Billboard 200 at number 24. In the UK it peaked at number 2. Don't really care too much about the charts. Cosmic Girl and High Times were in the top 10 in the dance club songs charts. The music video for Virtual Insanity contributed to the album's success. Travelling Without Moving sold over 8 million copies worldwide, holding the Guinness World Records as the best-selling funk album in history. Wow! How fantastic is that? The album was reissued in the 2013 and remastered with form with bonus material. Yeah, that's what we listened to. So, studio was the Great Linford Manor in Milton Keynes, England. Genre, funk, acid jazz, R&B, soul, disco, dance. Let's see what they classify acid jazz as. Music genre that combines elements of funk, soul and hip-hop, as well as jazz and disco. Okay. Very broad spectrum then. Disco and dance, 67 minutes long. Great big length of a record. Producer, Jason K, KJK and Al Stone. Prior to that, what's Jay's selection? A compilation album. Okay. They're putting out a compilation album out 2 records in. Background, after experiencing a stressful period while recording The Return of the Space Cowboy, which must have a couple of good numbers on it, Kay sought out to make the next album more focused and universal. He also did not want to remain as a semi-underground act that stuck to its little niche and sold 1.5 million albums every time. I wanted to break out and be something bigger. Wow, great big, ambitious vision there, eh? More international. Speaking of the album's general mood, Kay said, with Emergency on Planet Earth, which must have been their first record, right? That's the debut. People weren't cheering in the streets or anything, and The Return of the Space Cowboys was quite sad. With Travelling Without Moving, I decided it was important to show people we could enjoy ourselves. That's why it's cars, life and love. Kay booked the band into the residential studio, Great Linford Manor, so that they could work at their own pace. 5 different singles. Composition. The first song composed for the album was Virtual Insanity, and it was recorded as a rough demo and was not fully released until the album's final recording stage. The song has a piano opening with buoyant keyboards and soaring strings. It's all about the pianos in that track, innit? Its lyrics are about the prevalence of technology and the replication and simulation of life. The second track, Cosmic Girl, is a disco song with spacey lyrics based on rhythmic loop beats, great song, to give it an off-centre of a worldly sound. For the next track, Use the Force, the group channel... Use the Force was not a great song in my opinion. The group channels the real vintage football vibe, filled with horns, wah-wah guitar and a rippling barrage of Latin percussion. Fourth track, Every Day, is described as seductive as any Maxwell ballad. I think Every Day was an absolute corker of a track and has overarching is the right word, Come Hither bassline. The fifth song, Alright, was described as an easygoing disco funk track. Alright was a good tune. High Times, a song with razor edge funky guitars, references Kay's drug use during the recording of The Return of the Space Cowboys. High Times with admitting the truth of the matter as well, being lucky and how lucky I was to be coming out the other side. This is followed by the reggae track Drifting Along. Great vocals on the reggae track. I think it was unnecessary though. The tracks Didgerama and Digital Vibrations are instrumental tracks containing ambient didgeridoo. Title track is next on the album and samples K's Purple Lamborghini in the intro. It features a driving groove, and after 2 minutes it transitions into a bassline paced heavy workout. Album ends with the dance track You Are My Love and the soul ballad Spends a Lifetime. Right, release, don't think we care too much about the charts. We've even got a photo of the Lamborghini though, Diablo SE30, similar to the one. Alright, so that's a random one they've just chosen. Controversy. After the album was released, K received backlash from the press for his interest in sports cars because it contradicted to his environmental beliefs. On Emergency on Planet Earth, right, yeah. The album's visual concept revolved around sports cars with the Ferrari logo being recreated within the man's Buffalo Man logo. Paper Magazine also pointed out this contradiction with the music video for Alright when K rolls up in his purple Lambo to party on the dance floor with a bevy of bodacious babes. Epic. That's what I want to see. Concerns about seals, whales, rainforests and the revolution are checked at the door. He said that he was hesitant to release the album as he expected the backlash, but added, just because I love to drive a fast car, that doesn't mean I believe in chopping trees down. Doesn't mean I think they should build more roads for my car. Keyboardist Toby Smith says, we all want to be an ecologically conscious band, but we like cars. We're hypocrites like the rest of the world, but then again, you can only drive one car at a time. I understand the controversy and I kind of rate it. I feel like I'm pretty strict when it comes to it. Me personally, I feel like I live in England, so it's abnormal. I can't talk about people eating dogs and cats in other parts of the world and like animals we adore so close over here because I eat meat, and I feel like it would be hypocritical for me to say so. You know, I can't just pick one and then forget about the other. So I understand the controversy, and in a way, if the message was so strong on Emergency on Planet Earth, and it was in regards to, you know, going into depth on looking after the planet, I don't know the science behind sports cars, but if it's legitimately like a problem, then yeah, I can definitely see and I can understand and I can agree with the controversy. Reception, because that's what JK is known for, is cars. I seen JK on Top Gear. He was like one of the first guests on Top Gear, man. If you're aware what Top Gear is, it's who cares. Reception, critics have generally praised Travelling Without Moving for its focused and refined sound as it deepened the acid jazz and soul styles that were informed from the first two albums. Linton Chiswick of Q Magazine said that this resulted in a fat, squishy disco feel. Great words. Parry Gettelman also wrote that Kay had evolved in quite a writer. True. The Source also gave the album 4 out of 5. Travelling is essentially about the metaphysics of having a good time. Fantastic. These are my personal chimes in, by the way. I agree. I agree with these things. And I like the way they're being put forward. Jamiroquai have 1,000 musical tricks up their sleeves, edgy horns laced with jazz intricacies, energetic bass lines and disco rhythms, and a wider variety of tempos than usual in British funk. Most definite. Tom Moon remarked that there are no digital samples. In fact, just about every sound comes from a vintage analog instrument. Perfect. Pristine. Stephen from Bloody Blah. Who gives a fuck about these reviewers, mate? I might just start calling them by their initials, because who is it? Just a person with an opinion? Bruh. That's me. Said the album sounds an awful lot like its predecessor, but concluded it's a tribute to Jamiroquai, but more of the same still sounds pretty damn good. Reviewer from A Music Week wrote, Jamiroquai still wear their influences firmly on the sleeve, but this is their most accomplished and satisfying offering yet. Matt Dill of Entertainment Weekly writes, when it comes to Stevie Wonder, frontman Jason Kay still gets imitation confused with homage. Thinks he's going for a bit of Stevie Wonder, is that right? In a 2004 discography review by B.S. Fitting, Travelling Without Moving is the only Jamiroquai album rated slightly higher than the others, with Sario singling out Virtual Insanity Cosmic Girl for being radio-friendly, but criticising the album's use of the didgeridoo. Yeah, did you know that didgeridoo can only play one note? David Bennett of Music considered it epic funk in an unfavourable review. The album's lyrics have also been criticised, with MD writing they ultimately strip away the soul. Deep. Accolades, music video Virtual Insanity won Video of the Year, breakthrough video at the Video Music Awards. It's a great video. It is a great video. Yeah. Yeah, rewards mean nothing. Let's be real. Rewards, chart numbers, it's all manufactured. It's all paid for. Once you get in and you can disagree with me all you want. I'm so anti corporation, industry, and establishment that all of that crap is meaningless to me, because all you need is a couple of quid. All you need is friends, and then everyone's making money together. You know what I mean? It's all a sales plot. It's all marketing. Legacy, let me see. Yep, still got stuff coming through. Legacy, the high album sales are travelling about moving on the band the Guinness World Record for the best-selling funk album in history. I mean, Guinness World Records as well, what do they do for the most part? I don't know if they do it as often as they used to, but when I was young, they just put out big books full of random world records. That's just marketing for Guinness World Records. They just sell books off of it, off of what other people have done, other people's accomplishments. All they're doing is making money for each other. All these reviewers, all of these, like we see rolling, each and every time I go through Wikipedia, I end up ranting about these external third parties who have to have a say, like the meaning means anything, man. I'm not going to be hypocritical. My opinion means naff all, because I know it's subjective. That's the whole point. That's why I'm fearless in speaking my actual opinion, because it's not about making friends, is it? Because we all should be able to get along over our different perspectives on music and art as a whole, and life as a whole. Who cares, man? So yeah, the group, once accused of being a mere Stevie Wonder sound-alike, has grown into its new style and added a substantial American audience in the process. However, the band were unable to replicate their success in America since then. The music video Virtual Insanity was described as one of the most famous music videos ever, making them icons of the music video format. According to Spencer Corneba from The Atlantic, the song also led to the climax of 1970s soul and funk that early acid jazz artist has initiated. According to the writer, KP, the Lamborghini Diablo was also considered a 90s icon and part of the Cosmic Gold video, according to the Daily Telegraph. I don't know enough about cars to comment on that. But yeah, what we listened to, we had a bonus track and a hidden track. Function was a hidden track. Yeah, and there we go. With that being said, that was a good record. I thought it was really good, and it was a fantastic new listen. And on that note, I'm signing out, people. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.